The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, nor to worry about the future, but to live the present moment wisely and earnestly. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. In the end, these things matter most. How well did you love? How fully did you live? How deeply did you let go? However many holy words you read, however many you speak, what good will they do you if you do not act upon them? Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. You only lose what you cling to. 3 things cannot hide for long: the moon, the sun and the truth. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Doubt everything. Find your own light. Every morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it. Believe nothing, no matter where you read it, or who said it, no matter if I have said it, unless it agrees with your own reason and your own common sense. If you truly loved yourself, you could never hurt another. A man is not called wise because he talks and talks again, but if he is peaceful, loving and fearless, then he is in truth called wise. You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Pain is certain, suffering is optional. An insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. Whatever a monk keeps pursuing with his thinking and pondering, that becomes the inclination of his awareness. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. If we could see the miracle of a single flower clearly, our whole life would change. Do not look for a sanctuary in anyone except yourself. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. Nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts unguarded. Meditate. Live purely. Be quiet. Do your work with mastery. Like the moon, come out from behind the clouds. Shine. Conquer the angry one by not getting angry, conquer the wicked by goodness, conquer the stingy by generosity, and the liar by speaking the truth. The past is already gone, the future is not yet here. There's only one moment for you to live, and that is the present moment. Nothing ever exists entirely alone, everything is in relation to everything else. purity or impurity depends on oneself, no one can purify another. The tongue like a sharp knife kills without drawing blood. As rain falls equally on the just and the unjust, do not burden your heart with judgments but rain your kindness equally on all. Nothing is forever except change. As you walk and eat and travel, be where you are. Otherwise you will miss most of your life. There is no fire like passion, there is no shark like hatred, there is no snare like folly, there is no torrent like greed. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. With our thoughts we make the world. Set your heart on doing good. Do it over and over again, and you will be filled with joy. A generous heart, kind speech, and a life of service and compassion are the things which renew humanity. True love is born from understanding. If we fail to look after others when they need help, who will look after us? In the sky, there is no distinction of east and west. People create distinctions out of their own minds and then believe them to be true. Long is the night to him who is awake, long is a mile to him who is tired, long is life to the foolish who do not know the true law. Attachment leads to suffering. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Just as a snake sheds its skin, we must shed our past over and over again. Even as a solid rock is unshaken by the wind, so are the wise unshaken by praise or blame. Those who have failed to work toward the truth have missed the purpose of living. Those who have failed to work toward the truth have missed the purpose of living. Praise and blame, gain and loss, pleasure and sorrow come and go like the wind. To be happy, rest like a giant tree in the midst of them all. The trouble is, you think you have time. You are the community now. Be a lamp for yourselves. Be your own refuge. Seek for no other. All things must pass. Strive on diligently. Don't give up. You throw thorns, falling in my silence they become flowers. The greatest prayer is patience. She who knows life flows, feels no wear or tear, needs no mending or repair. It is a man's own mind, not his enemy or foe, that lures him to evil ways. Wear your ego like a loose-fitting garment. Kindness should become the natural way of life, not the exception. May all that have life be delivered from suffering. If you light a lamp for somebody, it will also brighten your path. There are only two mistakes one can make along the road to truth: not going all the way, and not starting. When you realize how perfect everything is, you will tilt your head back and laugh at the sky. To become vegetarian is to step into the stream which leads to nirvana. A dog is not considered a good dog because he is a good barker. A man is not considered a good man because he is a good talker. Friendship is the only cure for hatred, the only guarantee of peace. The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart. In separateness lies the world's greatest misery, in compassion lies the world's true strength. The one who has conquered himself is a far greater hero than he who has defeated 1,000 times 1,000 men. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. To force oneself to believe and to accept a thing without understanding is political, and not spiritual or intellectual. What you are is what you have been. What you'll be is what you do now. When you come upon a path that brings benefit and happiness to all, follow this course as the moon journeys through the stars. Speak the truth, do not become angered, and give when asked, even be it a little. By these three conditions one goes to the presence of the gods. If you propose to speak, always ask yourself, is it true, is it necessary, is it kind? If a traveler does not meet with one who is his better, or his equal, let him firmly keep to his solitary journey. There is no companionship with a fool. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. He is able who thinks he is able. People with opinions just go around bothering one another. If you find no one to support you on the spiritual path, walk alone. There is no companionship with the immature. Remembering a wrong is like carrying a burden on the mind. There are no chains like hate, dwelling on your brother's faults multiplies your own. You are far from the end of your journey. Life is a river always flowing. Do not hold on to things. Work hard. Be a lamp unto yourself. Work out your liberation with diligence. In the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. To insist on a spiritual practice that served you in the past is to carry the raft on your back after you have crossed the river. There has to be evil so that good can prove its purity above it. He who experiences the unity of life sees his own self in all beings, and all beings in his own self, and looks on everything with an impartial eye. There isn't enough darkness in all the world to snuff out the light of one little candle. Be vigilant, guard your mind against negative thoughts. Silence the angry man with love. Silence the ill-natured man with kindness. Silence the miser with generosity. Silence the liar with truth. Most problems, if you give them enough time and space, will eventually wear themselves out. Be where you are, otherwise you will miss your life. More than those who hate you, more than all your enemies, an undisciplined mind does greater harm. Anger will never disappear so long as thoughts of resentment are cherished in the mind. Every human being is the author of his own health or disease. It is better to travel than to arrive. Be greatly aware of the present. How wonderful! How wonderful! All things are perfect, exactly as they are. There is nothing so disobedient as an undisciplined mind, and there is nothing so obedient as a disciplined mind.